Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here, and how did I say? Uh, for those of you who want to do a Zoom, if you look in bottom left-hand corner of your screen, that's the email. Get in touch and let's see if you've got any gonads. A lot of talkers out there. You know, they say where I live, don't you? There's talkers, there's smoky bacon, walkers. People who leave comments on here. They're so funny. Uh, Bit of a positive day for me today, I think. What time is it? Half 7, is it? Half 7? Quarter to 8, is it? Quarter to 8. On our 3rd of December. But we'll get this one straight out, shall we? 20 videos, that, innit? In 3 days. That's not bad going, is it, for the Porkster? People saying I'm lazy. Hey? We're only just getting warmed up. Some corkers to come out. But first of all, I want to say congratulations to all the promoters involved in the show on the 25th of February, which is 2.5 months away, is it? 10 week away or there or thereabouts. Got 7 fights on there. It's the highest ever box rec average ever in box rec history. Gold stars all the way across. The lowest ranked guy on that show out there 14 participants, combatants, whatever you want to call them, 7 fights. The lowest ranked guy is number 15, and that's Schofield, who's fighting Stevenson for WBC lightweight belt. And he's 18-0. I mean, you couldn't make this up. If I wanted to scratch the surface, I could set about it. But I'm going to be positive today, seeing as I've had a positive day. Today, let's go through the card, shall we? Shall. Are you ready? Smith against Boatsy. What do I think to that? Well, I think Callum Smith's got a sense of entitlement. Oh, I really do. Callum Smith's always had a sense of entitlement, hasn't he? Because he's a Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, the Smiths. We've just seen him in with a guy ranked 464 because you've got to get some sort of win, haven't you, before you can go in for a big fight. He's going to fight Boatsy for WBO interim belt. Now, basically, it's the Bricktop division, isn't it? The WBO. So I don't think Bricktop will be doing any favours for Smith, aka the Giant Mute. Face like a bag of spanners, hasn't he? Have you seen it? Oxycute them. That's what happens. You get pocky skin like that if you squeeze zits. Let them come out naturally. Then you've got beautiful skin like me, age 54. But he's got a face like a bag of nails, hasn't he, Smith? But he's fighting Boatsy, who's another mute. So between them, they probably do about 4 tickets. No one cares. No one really cares. I mean, who is Smith's best winner? People keep going on about this Callum Smith. We've been going on about him for years. Who is his best win? One-armed bandit, Georgie Boy Groves. That's his best win. Who's Boatsy's best win? Don't even get me started with him. Yeesh. Anyway, moving on from them two mutes who don't do a ticket. We've got Big Bang Zhang with the giant currant on his face, 40 odd year old, against undefeated Caballel, who was a massive favourite in this the German kid. And that's for the WBC interim. See, this is what's good about this show. They've got 3 interim belts, 3 world titles, and an undisputed. Now that is class, isn't it? That's absolute class. This is taking it back to the Bricktop days, isn't it? In late 90s, isn't it? The full Monty at Sheffield, which I went to for my 27th birthday. When Nazim Hamid were at the show. I remember Ryan Rhodes on there. Horsecock were on there as well, fighting some big stiff. But Caballel, I'm impressed by him. He destroyed Chisora donkeys years ago, didn't he? And he just keeps on winning, doesn't he? Big Bang Zhang. I think he's had it basically, Zhang. But it's a decent fight, isn't it? Zhang's going to bring in Chinese viewers, isn't he? Because he's a big Chinese, he's the only Chinese fighter that they know. So he's a big lad though, that Zhang, isn't he? So why rice that he eats. Uh, so I'm gonna go for Boatsi, and I'm gonna go for Caballel. The next fight, WBC lightweight belt. That's £135 for you casuals. 9 stone 9. Now I'm gonna go for Stevenson on that. I think he's a class act, Olympic silver medalist. But this other kid's undefeated, but you're not really in Stevenson's class. But it's for a prize, and that's a WBC belt. Obviously, they're going to get paid, but the WBC belt's the best belt in boxing. Carl Froch's got 2 of them, by the way. 2 of those ones. But I just fancy Stevenson for this one, but it's Roberto Duran's old belt, so it means a lot to me, that fight. So I'm going to watch that one. I'm going to watch them all. I'm going to be like a pig in muck. So I'm going to go for Shaka Stevenson in that one. Then we come to Hamzat Shiraz, Bricktop's pet, who had a gift against Bradley Skeet. Let's not forget old Bradley Skeet was shafted by this guy. I mean, 2 years ago, this guy was fighting Jez Smith. That shows you how weak the middleweight division is. It's the weakest it's ever been. It's that weak. I'm thinking about putting gloves on myself and making a comeback. How's about that, eh? That's how weak it is. Coming back from what, though? Heroin addiction. An hangover. Stomach surgery. More teeth jobs. I don't know, but I'm going to have Shiraz to beat him. That Adames has not really fought anybody, and he's going to get no favours on a Bricktop show. Although it's Tom Brown, Bricktop, Ben Shalom, Eddie Hills, all that lot. They're all involved, aren't they? The Bob Fathers even got a slice of the cake as well. But I'm going to go for Shiraz on that because he's been spoon-fed all his career. As soon as he steps up and fights anybody with a heartbeat, he'll get folded like the big stiff that he is. But he's been spoon-fed. Hamzat Shiraz, absolute spoon-fed. And the division is weak as though. And what's he supposed to be going to 168? Because it was dangerous for him to fight at 160. Now all of a sudden he's fighting at 160. It's amazing, isn't it, what a few quid does? After that, we've got Madrimov, £154 WBC interim belt against Ortiz. I'm going to go for Ortiz on that one, but I don't really care for them two. After that one, oh my God, we've got Daniel Dubois, the giant mute, against Parker, age 32. Seems to have been around longer than me, doesn't he? 32-year-old Parker. What a lot of people are forgetting with Joseph Parker is this, and this is where people slip up when they place their bets. Joseph Parker's had 250 rounds, right? People are getting carried away because he's beat a shot to bits Wilder and a man in his 40s with a giant currant on his face. In fact, it's that big, it's bigger than a currant bun. Have you seen that on his face? It's like a giant muffin. That Zhang, big old Zhang, 40-year-old. Parker's done him. And he's done Wilder, which basically Fury wrote off. Now all of a sudden, Parker's best thing since sliced bread. Let me tell you this. Daniel Dubois will run over Parker. And Parker will show his age. He's had 95 rounds, Daniel Dubois. Parker's had 250 rounds, but there's 5 years between them. Parker turned pro, didn't he, around about 19, 20-year-old. So he can get old any day, especially with 250 rounds under the belt. But I'm going to go for Dubois in that one by KO. Once he lets their mans go, it is KO. So I'm going to go for Dubois on that one. Then we've got the main event, which I think is fantastic. And that's a pick and fight. I'm going to go with my man, B2B. But I wouldn't put it past it being controversial, so they get a trilogy out of it. So beware of the controversy. But With their styles, it's going to go to points that. And I think they'll try and even it up from first one and get free out of it because that's how boxing works. Your fans at home don't see that. They don't see all these referees and judges and everybody getting comped behind the scenes and who's talking to who. That's what I used to do behind the scenes when I worked for Big Ron. Big Ron would want to know who we're talking to and who's seen me who and all that. I can assure you there'll be a lot of things going on with that fight, but that'll be controversial and they'll get free goes at it. That's just my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. So if anybody were going to go for a 7 fight accumulator, and I won a few of these over the years, it's how I bought my silver E-class Merc off my cousin years ago. It was absolutely mint. Probably the best card I've ever bought that. She really looked after it. There's a 7 fight accumulator here for you. You don't have to say points or knockout. Just go for straight wins and play it safe. And there's a few quid here. Boati Caballel, Stevenson, Shiraz, Ortiz, Dubois, and Beterbiev. If you went for that in an accumulator with a tenner, you get a good few quid off that. All right, so let me repeat that again for all you betting men out there, because I usually get one wrong on these lately. I'm always getting like 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 9, or in this case, I'll probably get 6 out of 7 or so. That's my luck at the moment, but I'm going to go Boati Caballel, Stevenson, Shiraz, Ortiz, Dubois, and Beterbiev. But on the whole, that show, I can see why it's ranked that high and got all them stars on BoxRec. That's the highest ranked BoxRec show on history. All right. Only thing you're going to beat that with is if you put more fights on and equal it. But for them 7 fights, that is class. So, Bricktop, Eddie Hills, Adrian Mole, the Bob Father, and Tom Brown for On the Foil. On everybody involved. Everybody involved. Not the matchmakers. I'm not going to give them any credit because when people are ringing up and offering this kind of money, they don't really need matchmakers, do you? So, but on the whole, everybody involved in this show and Turkey, Triple T, putting the dough up. I think that's fantastic. It's a hard cause, wet dream that show on the 25th of February. So, okie dokie. Anyway, thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. If anybody wants to do any Zooms this week, any at commission or any new lads want to come on, it's pretty simple really. Pokecorner@mail.com. Email me that and say you're interested and send me your mobile number and I will text you or get in touch with you on my new phone that I've got today. And I've got a new number today. So that old number's gone. I've got a brand new number today. Brand new number on a new phone. So nobody has got my number. I think I've transferred a few over, but I don't know if they've got them. So okie dokie. So you have to email me for my number if you haven't got it. All right. So a couple of my pals from area, loads haven't got it. So okie dokie. Well, peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Big shout out to Gary. I hope you're well. I hope your missus is getting a lot better, pal. I'm thinking of you, and I'm going to say a prayer for you tonight, pal. Okie dokie. Go on, peace out.